Hello once again, and welcome to another episode of the Bargain Battle. So today I'll be working a little bit on my Subaru, which will beat Yoakum's Honda. We're not going to do anything drastic today, but let me just show you some of the upgrades that I've gotten so far, and let's get into the video right away. But first, let me suit up a little bit. Right, that's a little bit better. Good. So today's episode, what I'm going to do is I want to show you a little bit on some of the improvements that I've got, some of the upgrades that I've got for the car, of which let me get it. Now it might not look like a lot, and I'll give you that one. It probably isn't, but I got myself a downpipe. I'm quite happy with that. Let me put that away. Then I also got the following. Just hold on. We have upgraded 4-pot STI brake calipers. At least with this set, it was only the front set. I didn't need the back set. The guy didn't sell it, so I need to score me one of them. It has all the pins and brackets, which is good, but it definitely needs some TLC, so we're going to test fit those. And then the thing we're doing today is just a very simple blow-off valve. My intention is not to improve power or anything like that. If anything, many people would argue that installing such thing is bad for your engine. It doesn't regulate the proper amount of airflow, fuel flow, and it'll mess up your engine. So they always say get it tuned. And we will get it tuned, but I just want to see that this fits. And the purposes of buying this was, at least for me, purely just for the noise. Okay, so the following parts that you will need is the actual blow-off valve itself, the clamps to hold the blow-off valve in place, the bracket that gets mounted to your intercooler. This one we will not have to use today, but it's always handy to have in case you want to place your blow-off valve next to your intercooler as opposed to on the intercooler itself. The filter and the plug for the... Alrighty. Okay. This vacuum hose right here. It's very easy to follow. It's the one that goes to the inlet manifold there under here, and there it is. So that one you have to pull off. This one comes off as well. That seems to be quite loose. No need to take it off all the way. You just got to create some slack, or no slack I should say. But there we go. So that's off. Let's start by getting the 12mm. Now let's get this out the way. A tendency to drop things. So I think I'm gonna try to do this with holding the camera in the hopes that I don't drop the gasket or anything. That's the bolt. The gasket should, well, it's actually stuck on there quite well, which is a good thing for me. Well, very good thing actually. Right, so that's off. Fairly simple work. You're at this step here where everything's off. The little vacuum line I put out the way. You're gonna have to want to tackle this hose. But you can see there's a clamp right there. That one you should get out the way, and then we can remove this hose completely. And that's what we're gonna plug up. So once that's out of the way, I'll get back to you via the video. This is something that I need to do with 2 hands, so bear with me. Okay, that took a lot longer than I would have liked. It's not super snug here on this end. I'm gonna try to squeeze it in more. So yeah, let's put that back in position. You can see down there, it's attached back to where it came from. Here's the plug inside. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna mount the aftermarket blow-off valve, and then we're gonna put an air filter in between here. So let's get to that. Okay, so in essence what you do, you have the aftermarket bracket that you put on. You have your blow-off valve. Slot them in like this, and as you can see, it can rotate and pivot. And that's because there's a horseshoe retainer clip that you can place in between here. So as you're mounting this onto your intercooler, you can kind of have some play in this in order to move this out of the way with install, especially with the 2 bolts in the way. And then once you bolt it back up, because as you can see here, the hole here is blocked if you put it like this. So upon install, it's easiest to put it in this way. Once you mount the 2 bolts back on the intercooler, you can rotate it and use the horseshoe clip in between to tighten it down again. All right, so it's a very crammed fit, plugged up here, blow-off valve is on. The last thing that needs to be done is the vacuum line here. We need to put an air filter in between and then connect the rest of it up to there. So the last step of the process is the air filter. This is a 4mm here, the width, and this is a 6mm, and on one end you just have the 4mm. So the one with the 2 different dimensions, that has to go onto the OEM vacuum line, and this one will connect up with another hose to the blow-off valve. So let's dig for parts. I don't have a hose laying around, or I do have some I have some hoses laying around. So let's go find an applicable hose. So as luck would have it, we still have the other engines from the 4G15, 4G13 Project Proton. So I just saw these hoses here, and they will do just fine. So let's get one of those. So now what I want to do is I want to cut this to make it a bit nicer, and then we're going to slot that on. Okay, so job done. Again, it took much longer than it should have, but it's in. Yeah, a little cramped, but should work. I put the battery on again. I'm going to see if it starts. The battery I know is quite weak, but I've been charging it the whole time while doing the job, so maybe it just has enough juice to get the engine started. So let's give it a shot. I'm going to start it up, Joachim.
Are you?
Yeah.
Don't you need a battery for it? You know it's from a Honda, right?
Yeah, that's the only Honda part this will grace.
Do you know what else? You know the Proton also needed Honda parts to make it work.
Yeah, it did, but it's not working now, isn't it?
And now you need this to make it work. I mean, that says something for the battle to come.
Tutup diam.
Hey man, don't drop that. You might spoil it.
Not funny. I haven't started this since like August.
August.
It's the last episode, which you can check out on the channel as well.
Don't be like that. Don't do that.
Hey, that's healthy.
Yeah, it's the Honda juice.
Power of dreams. It's a starter. It's all good. It's a misfire.
Yeah. Well, it works.
Good. Should I just go like this? I think I should turn it around again.
You can do what you like.
And then
It's pretty alright, isn't it?
it sounds awesome.
The blow valve does work. Alright, go for it.
Ga eens aan de buitenkant.
Does work.
So that's how you install a blow-off valve on your Subaru, or any car for that fact, but more Subaru specific. It's not crazy beneficial for power performance. I mean, maybe with the tune it might do a little bit, but it's more for the noise. You have anything to say?
I made it in the video.
He made it in the video, but yeah. So my car's running and works, and
Don't say shit.
I'm not saying anything. I'm just showing to it. People
It does start.
It starts.
I could prove it,
It has like moss on it.
but it starts.
It starts. Anyways, JDM Bargain Battle will continue. Yoko, when are you dropping your episode? So spoiler alert!
Next year.
Next year. Okay, that was really bad. Anyways, so see you guys for the next episode of Bargain Battle. And yeah, that's it, right?
Hashtag Team Honda, Team Subaru.
Okay, good. See you guys later for the next episode.